Hi, I'm Roger Mays, and welcome and thank you for joining us on our behind-the-scenes edition of Bus Stop. Inside, you're going to find about our wonderful cast that I am privileged to work with, but we are also going to tell you a little bit about our story. It takes place in 1955 in a Kansas bus stop where a Montana cowboy is in hot pursuit of a Kansas City chanteuse, eager to marry her, and they all get snowed in the middle of a blizzard in Kansas. Both Bo, the cowboy, and Sherry, the chanteuse, and a bunch of other social misfits, all confined in this little bus stop in the middle of Kansas. So, inside, we hope you enjoy what our actors have to say about how they're approaching the roles. And we also want to say thank you for joining us at our behind-the-scenes edition of Bus Stop, April 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd in Memorial Hall Auditorium.
He's a hothead. He's really brash. He just acts with his chest and with his testosterone, right into everything and ready to meet any challenge that's thrown at him, which kind of gets him in trouble. He comes off a little bullheaded and mean. He puts on a lot. I think he's a very insecure person. Looking at him, he tries too hard to be the big man in the room, to be the unbeatable guy. And that's really where later on in the show there's actually a fight between him and the sheriff. And I think that's really one of the main lessons for Bo, is what being a real respectable man is. And it's not all about being the showboat and being the tough guy. And that's kind of his lesson throughout the show, is learning what respect is, really.
Sherry's a chanteuse from Kansas City. Sherry, I suppose, is the correct way to pronounce it. Basically, I don't know anybody upon entering the bus stop except for, of course, the man who's after me, which is Bo, and Virgil. It's new meeting everyone here, so I'm just kind of beside myself when I get here, frantic to get away from Bo.
Virgil's a cowboy from Wyoming. He's a ranch hand on one of his old buddy's ranches, and he's kind of been taking care of his buddy's son, who now runs the ranch. Virgil's kind of Bo's fatherly figure, but at the same time he's kind of a little freer than that, because he's not really his dad. So he's trying to let him learn his own lessons, but at the same time trying to help him along in life and give him the best advice he can.
Carl is a bus driver. He's kind of a boisterous guy. Carl comes through the bus stop a couple times a week, so he's pretty good friends with proprietor Grace, and fairly good friends with the sheriff, Will.
Dr. Gerald Lyman is a professor of philosophy. He has a PhD in philosophy, and he's a bit of a vagabond, a well-to-do vagabond. Free spirit. He's past his prime, though. And it shows. He's also a bit of a drunk.
Elma, oh Elma. She is a love-struck teenage girl who is in high school. She's very, very smart. She's not very experienced when it comes to boys or anything that comes along with boys, but she does like attention. Now, she does not like to work for the attention, but when she gets it, she likes to feel a little bit special. She's young, she's innocent, she's everything that a teenager in the 50s you could imagine her to be.
Grace runs the diner. She's kind of a,
how do you put it? She likes to get kind of down and dirty. She's the type of character who, she would swear, she would curse, but not in front of her customers ever, or in front of her workers. But I think off the stage she's a little vulgar, I don't know. With Elma, Grace is her boss, and I kind of look after her like an auntie. At one point she says, if any guy gets fresh with you, you come tell your Aunt Grace. Grace is, at the moment, involved with Carl, the bus driver, and as far as like Will, the sheriff, she and him have just this friendship relationship. They've known each other for quite a while, been in the same town for years. And then I don't know any of the other characters. They just stop on through at my diner.
Will, I feel like Will is like the father figure for everybody in the cast. Obviously, he's the protector for Sherry and Elma, but I feel like the other characters may not necessarily directly, but indirectly kind of look to him for advice and guidance. You can expect a lot of fun, a lot of comedy, but still a really heartwarming, and the underpinnings of the show are really serious. So you get a little bit of fulfillment in that sense, but it's also, there are lighthearted moments and there are silly moments in there too.
I think as an audience member coming to see this show, you can expect some laughs, expect some tears, expect to kind of go through the whole range of emotions, because this is about a group of people who just happen to get stuck one night, snowy night on the side of the road, and they have to put up with each other for a few hours until the road's cleared. So I think the audience will really enjoy getting to know the characters.
The message is everybody has their kind of lot in life, and some people try to take it by force and some people just go with it, and I think everybody just kind of has to learn how to get along and get what they want out of life.
You know, we're having a lot of fun. It can be tense at times. It's such a long show that, and after the full season, you know, this is the last show of the season, we're all kind of beat and excited, but some nights you can definitely tell we've come in kind of tired. But the next night, if we have a tired night, the night after we'll come in and we'll be ready to go. So it's been kind of off and on, but especially coming back from vacation, we're all ready to go. Now we're kind of in the full swing of things, and I think we're coming back with some power, and I'm really excited to see where the show goes.
I'm coming into the play fairly new. There was a person that had to drop out, and I was able to take the place for him. It's been a big challenge trying to come in with everybody already being fairly ahead and me not knowing even the script or the lines. I feel like I'm kind of holding it back, but at the same time working hard to get caught up and hope to keep the play rolling.
Everyone was pretty welcoming. I think everybody has their own things to work on throughout, and me including, so I don't think I'm so much singled out as the guy who hasn't done a whole lot in the theater, but I think it has been pretty easy to work with everybody, and everybody's real easy to get along with.
Oh, it's great. I love it here. Last year I wasn't a part of it, and I kept feeling like, oh, I just wish I was a part of something, and I joined the theater group and I met everyone, and you really become a family, and you can joke around, you start to know everyone. It's a really comfortable environment, and it's just fun. It makes school fun. It really does.
Thank you again for joining us on our behind-the-scenes edition of Bus Stop. And I want to say thank you to our man behind the camera, Mr. Dan Binkert, such a good friend, and actually the originator of the entire behind-the-scenes project. We couldn't do it without him. We want to thank him, and we hope you join us on April 19th, 20th, 21st, or 22nd for our Memorial Hall Auditorium production of Bus Stop by one of America's greats, Mr. William Inge.